Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wandering Artist Podcast. We are finishing up week 4 of the Artist's Way. That means we are officially a quarter of the way through.
Exciting.
I feel like that's correct. Like I feel
What
like
do you
we've
mean?
I feel like we've done a lot, but also there's a lot to go.
Like you're
You
a
know?
quarter of the way evolved, kind of. Like you're getting there, but you're not there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25% evolved.
25% of the way artist. 25% artist, 75% traveler.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway,
yeah, we're in Koh Samui in a
mhm.
really cool retreat that I'm scared if we say the name that we could get in trouble.
We don't have to say the name.
But it's really
It's
awesome. It's
really
a yoga
nice.
retreat, and there's other queer people here, or not guests, but people who work here who are queer, and that's really cool.
Hmm.
And there is really yummy food and drinks, no alcohol, no substances of any kind, which is really nice for you sober for 9 months now.
Yeah.
Sober for 9 months, girly. So that's nice.
Yeah. I haven't been sober, but I haven't purchased any drinks, so I feel like that
Period.
counts.
That counts in its
I've
own way. It
I'm
counts
not
in the way that
spending
you needed it to.
I'm not spending any of my own money on alcohol. I don't really drink alcohol that much either.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah.
But yeah, we're hanging out by the pool and there's construction happening, but I think we're louder than it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we are. And it's a beautiful day. And for the last, I guess today's day 1 of week 5, but we finished week 4, as you were saying.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it was um an interesting week for me, at least. I had a lot of like emotional stuff going on,
Yeah.
but I'd rather you start and you talk about it and you guide
Well,
it because
it
you
was
have the notes on your hand.
it was interesting for me too because I'm recovering from being sick, and being sick and traveling is no fun.
Mm-mm.
Especially where we were at a different retreat, a meditation retreat outside of Chiang Mai. It was so beautiful.
It was
um,
stunning. It was really wonderful. It was completely silent for me. Well, to the best of my abilities.
yeah,
But poor Case
it was
had a
really
cold.
beautiful, but it honestly felt like a fever dream because I was only half there. And we were learning meditation practices, which was really exciting and really cool. But you know what makes meditation challenging?
Being sick?
Being sick, having a sore throat and a cough, and not being able to breathe properly.
That sounds right. I am so sorry.
But I still feel like I gained a lot from that, and overall had a good time.
Good.
It's also opened up a lot of thoughts and feelings that I have about um, like trans inclusivity, or
Mm.
exclusivity rather,
Mm-hmm.
in religion and in spirituality, and how that's something
And
that,
even in wellness.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how that's something I'd really like to see change.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we don't have to get into that right
I
now.
think that there will be at some point an episode where we talk about that retreat specifically and what we learned about it.
Yeah,
So
an
cue
interlude
in for
episode.
that at some point in time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I think the intro part before the tasks of this week just talked a lot more about the morning pages and how you reveal things about yourself through the morning pages.
Mm-hmm.
I will say for me, morning pages this past week have been really challenging as well because of being sick, and the routine has been thrown off a bit too because of the retreats
Yeah.
and um, certain activities going on in the morning, so we're not always able to do them right away in the morning,
Yeah.
which I think is both of our preferences.
Yeah, it is. But when I was trying to do them first thing in the morning, while at the other retreat, I was waking up at 4 in the morning.
Hmm.
And the first meditation was at either 5:30 or 6, so I'd be getting up at 4 or 4:30 in the morning, and I immediately noticed um like even though it was still nice, it was not sustainable, and I was literally called out by a monk because it was like
You're not getting enough
I'm
sleep.
not getting enough sleep. My circadian rhythm's super messed up already, but I was just
Yeah,
making it worse.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And for me, I was trying to I was prioritizing my health, so I wasn't
Period.
getting up early. I was sleeping in. I only went to one of the morning meditations the first day we were there, or the first morning that we were there.
Mhm.
Um, and the rest of it was like I just need as much sleep as possible to get over this sickness.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
good that you did
feel,
that.
yeah, I do feel mostly over it. You can probably hear a little bit of congestion in my voice.
Maybe a tiny bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's also a lot of little bugs, so you're gonna see me like wiggle a lot probably
if you're watching the video,
if you're watching the video. I'll
um,
say with morning pages and revealing yourself, I just felt like that was something that came out of me a lot this week. Affirming wind. Maybe it's also Thailand in when rain season. But I wanted to say for me, morning pages have been a space where I like often just write out my feelings and stuff, but more and more I've been like having this self discovery of wanting more than what I've wanted in the past. Like I've been wanting to get my nails done and like do my hair cute and like adorn myself. That's the word I came to today is like adorning. Like I'm wanting to adorn my body and like show self love in a way I never have before because I've never been allowed to. And through morning pages, I've been able to like better understand what it is I'm wanting and what it is I feel like I'm missing or what I've not felt safe enough to do, like being the normal layperson in the past versus like now being someone who's trying to identify more with the word creative.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really nice.
it is.
I think with my morning pages, I've been going with the breakthrough that I have had about just writing a lot of affirmations to myself because those flow out of me really easily, even if I don't necessarily feel them. It's very easy for me to come up with a bunch of different affirmations and write them
Period.
out.
Yeah. What's your favorite ones that you've been doing?
Hmm. I think I really like I live in abundance
That's a good one.
because reminding myself to be in an abundant mindset instead of a scarcity mindset um, is definitely it definitely requires some repetition. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah,
I love that. Thank you
yeah,
for sharing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, looking at like the notes, there wasn't much else from like the before she wrote about the tasks that I feel like we haven't already talked about in some way. So if you're wanting to talk about the tasks, we can.
Sure. I feel like there was some other takeaway from the notes, but I guess it was a pretty redundant week. Like the
Mm-hmm.
thing that was the biggest takeaway, or not even takeaway, the biggest thing that was different this week was no reading week, which we interpreted as no media. So no social media, no books, no we could do music and that was basically it. Is a better way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this book was written what in the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just like reading isn't used the same way it was before. Now it's used differently. And something that we both were challenged to do was to just like not necessarily put our phones down because it was easy to do that in a retreat center.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just took pictures. I didn't even go on Pinterest. Like I'm a Pinterest girly. I'm currently making a board on there that's literally my inner artist coming out in the little like gay flag. And it's really fun and it's very self-expressive and I've been enjoying that. But I didn't work on that at all. I didn't go on social media. I didn't listen to audiobooks. I didn't read anything. I didn't. It's for like menus, but that doesn't count. I didn't. We did watch one episode of Drag Race,
Yeah, we did.
but we needed the comfort. I was really hungry and I was not given a treat, so that was my treat.
Yeah,
That was the one time I broke it though.
we all need a treat sometimes,
Yeah, but that's the
But
only thing that was really different this week, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, which is a shame because I know there was more.
I wrote down new creative self and healing and change. Those
Okay,
were
we kind
like,
of did just go into that
yeah.
then. Like we'll just take dip our toes. Dip our toes. If you see the video, if you're watching the video version of this, you're seeing a sneak peek of my
For
toesies
free.
for free. I don't have an OnlyFans yet, but yeah, for
I feel like the intentions for week 4 we had our like it aligned with our plans already with our travel plans.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
um with the reading deprivation and also with the extended artist date, like
That
before we
was literally what
even
we were
listened
doing.
to this week, we knew
Yeah.
that we were going to be doing those things. So,
Yeah. That was
um,
pretty well. That was a serendipitous moment in itself.
a synchronicity.
Synchronicity, that's the word. It was
Yeah.
a synchronicity in itself, which was, I guess that's a synchronicity for the week.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that that was a very affirming and like you're on the right path even though you got sick and it was challenging in a lot of ways. It did feel like a step in the right direction, and I think through that retreat, the meditation retreat where I was silent for a majority of it, um that was a huge like I kind of plateaued in some ways in some things, but I think more than that, it kind of just like shifted my mindset. Like when you look at the new creative self and healing and change, all of that's happening at once right now to the point where it's overwhelming. It's like too much happening at one time, which she
Hmm.
mentioned in this week.
Yeah. But I definitely feel like in a lot of ways we're doing like a supercharged version,
Yeah,
because before we started doing the artist way, we were already doing like a self discovery type travel
exactly.
and just being with ourselves and tuning into ourselves more.
Yeah.
And then adding on top of that, doing a meditation retreat and a
Mm-hmm.
yoga retreat, like
Yeah.
it's definitely opening up a lot really quickly, and it
Yeah.
can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But also, I'd say it's been rewarding as well.
Yeah, I'd say today is the first day it feels rewarding. The past 2 days, I've been in a real funk, like a real funk, which has been challenging and has been challenging for you too. I'm aware, but today is the first day where I got 8 hours of sleep, and I woke up and I was like, I feel tired, but I'm okay. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think this is the first day in a week that I've gotten 8 hours of sleep.
Sleep.
Of sleep. I didn't mean to say it like that, but
I'm
here we
glad you
are.
got some sleep.
I got some sleep. Um, and then I did. They have like 7 a.m. silent self cycle, and I'm
Hmm.
the only one who does it. So I basically go into the little gym and I sweat everything out of me, and I'm listening to like breakup music or like emo music or like whatever feels like a good pump. Sometimes it's Lizzo, sometimes it's like Sad Boys, sometimes it's just like Suicide Boys. Excuse me, Sad Boys, same
Close
thing.
enough. Close
Like
enough.
it's just whatever my mood is in that moment. One time it was Creepy Nuts, like it's
Yeah.
just a party and I'm just like by myself, like I'm my own cycle teacher,
Yeah.
and I won't go more into that because I have a lot of comments, but it was very fun, and that was like it was aligning with this like new creative self that I'm identifying with more and trying to do the thing that I want to do and
Hmm.
not trying to like wait or like not trying to care about what other people think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found that with the cycling.
It feels kind of like white girl lame.
But you're by yourself, and who cares?
That's
If it
fair.
feels good, it feels good,
Yeah,
and you
that's
should do
true.
it.
It does feel good. And it's not like I'm like selling my soul to Soul Cycle or something. Or having my soul sold back to me by Soul Cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm interested in doing the cycling, but I don't have that same, like in the morning, I don't have that like drive desire to like be angry and sweat stuff out.
I wasn't necessarily angry, but yeah.
But you still pulled something out of it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It's just
but
very like I think one of our differences is I can handle both a slow morning and a fast paced go 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 morning. And I like something in the middle where it's like I exercise first thing in the morning. Like that's a really good way for me to clear my head and like get started with my day. Because
hmm,
I started out dripping in sweat and I'm like, anything that was in me is now out of me.
yeah. I feel like I enjoyed this morning because I like the mix. I like to be slow and sleepy and then get up and
Mm-hmm.
then do our little meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the yoga class today.
It was really fun.
I keep surprising myself
Yay.
both with like my abilities and like I found that I really enjoy getting sweaty as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I kind of knew, but I tend to avoid it, like getting too sweaty, but it's impossible to avoid when you're here and it's already so hot.
Yeah.
Like you're going to sweat buckets.
Yeah.
And doing like yoga that's higher intensity, and just dripping sweat. Like it felt so good.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm trying to adjust myself a little
I
bit.
just keep surprising myself with that because, if you had asked me a few months ago if that's something I'd like, I'd probably say no.
You would have said absolutely no, because if we look at France, this is something we talked about last episode
Yeah.
too, was like the change that you've seen in yourself with handling stimulation. Another change that I can see within you is tolerating and handling heat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
I'm a lot better at that, which is
Yeah.
great because it used to be definitely like a source of anger, like getting too warm. Like I would avoid it as much as possible because I didn't like feeling like I would just get so agitated
Yeah.
and I didn't want to put that on anybody else.
Yeah. You would call yourself the C word. You'd say, I get C
I get
word.
cunty.
I get
I
cunty when
used to
I'm
get
warm.
cunty. I
Oh, there's
wouldn't
two more
say
dogs.
unless it's like extended, like being in the heat and being in the sun for too long. Like when we took a break for lunch, I definitely needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel as soon as I got back to the room that I needed to just be in AC and take a beat, drink some water.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway, now that we had our little rant, oop, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. This slope is
it's
challenging.
challenging.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you wanted to, you could just stand in the pool. I'm not going to do that, but you are welcome to.
I don't know how deep it is. Will you hold my mic?
Yep.
Thank you. What if I dropped the mic? That'd be so funny.
Don't drop the mic. Okay. Um so yeah, let's get into the tasks.
Yeah.
Before the like official task list, she did have the like go digging exercise which we did on the
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
That
was
was kind of
wondering,
hard.
yeah, I was wondering if you wanted to comment on that one at all.
Yeah.
If there was anything that you had taken out of that part.
Yeah. I actually journaled about that one. What I took away from it, oh my God, that's Chihuahua. Sorry. Can you tell I have ADHD? What I took away from that is it's harder to come up with 5 things on the spot than I thought, especially when it comes to like activities and things that I want to do. Because like for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, I'm already doing the things I want to. I'm not as limited and like stuck as I'm assuming a lot of different people are. Like I could
Mm-hmm.
imagine how challenging it would be for somebody who's been doing it for 10 years and then decides that they want to be more creative. So this would probably be more for them than it is for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I still noticed that most of mine had to do with like martial arts, probably because we had been talking about it, um, dancing, which is just something that like wherever our next home is, I'm going to be getting into that. Like it's going to happen. It's one of the things I've taken away from the first 4 weeks, the first quarter
Mm-hmm.
of this challenge is that like I obviously need to move my body in that way or along to music. Um, and I think one of them, the other theme, I can't remember off the top of my head. But like for the most part, I do what I want to. Like if I enjoy something, I do it. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in something, I'll usually give it a shot at least once.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
felt I felt very similarly about the challenge too, or the exercise
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of my answers had to do with like different cooking classes or
Oh.
some of the like adrenaline rushing activities that I'm
Yeah.
always thinking about, like,
Yeah.
putting on a squirrel suit or like hang gliding. I would love to hang glide. Oh my god. Anyway, anything like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that coming out and
Yeah.
like um those are also all things that I plan to do
Yeah.
at least
Exactly.
once.
Exactly.
And so yeah, I feel like it wasn't as eye-opening for me as it would be for somebody else, but that also felt good in its own way because
Absolutely.
it was like affirming that I already do a lot of the things that interest me and excite me.
Yeah. It's self care in a way, self love and self care that
Mm-hmm.
we already show ourselves by admitting what we want to do. One thing that I wrote was that I wanted to illustrate a children's book, and that was extremely random. And my mom
Mm.
has been begging me to illustrate a book she wants to write about how that bear broke into their house and how Sasha like came to the rescue. She wants to write a book about that, like a children's book about it, and she wants me to illustrate it. So if she
Wow,
ever does it, that'd be fun. But like, just came off the top of my head. It's just so fucking
it
random.
is random. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Well. Okay. So, for the tasks of the week, the first task was the reading deprivation,
Mhm.
which we interpreted as media deprivation.
Mhm.
And I feel like we did do overall a really good job with that. And that was because we were at the retreat that was already encouraging you to not
Yeah.
um, use technology
Yeah.
and other stuff. But we did have our one drag race episode. I also, I definitely broke it more than you did
Mhm.
when we were still at the retreat. When we were packing up our bags, I listened to a book. I didn't realize until after I finished that that was probably breaking it. Definitely breaking it. But it was a good book. Highly recommend it. It's called How to Hold a Cockroach. It's really cute. It made me cry a few
Oh.
times. But definitely worth a listen or a read. It was available on Spotify for me as just like a book that was available. And it wasn't very long. It was only like an hour.
Oh, wow, that's super short.
Yeah.
Is it a children's book or something?
No, it's not a children's book, but it uses. It feels like a children's book. It's
Mm,
like a children's book for adults.
I love that.
Yeah,
Low key, high key.
yeah. So I did that, and then when we were on one of the flights to get to where we are now, I also listened to a podcast, and I just accepted that I was breaking it. And I gave myself a pass because I've been sick, and I didn't want to just like sit with myself and feeling icky on a plane.
Could listen to music. That's fair. That's what you wanted to do. Treat
Yeah,
yourself. We treated ourselves. RuPaul, you needed a treat. That's what you got.
yeah.
So she after this was that the flight that we like had to run to?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting universe watches our backs for us and also oops.
that was weird. That wasn't our fault
It must have been our fault at least a little bit because we didn't like look at the boarding time on the
on the board.
departures
Yeah.
board. I could not think of the word board. But regardless, it worked out. It doesn't really matter what happened. It worked
Hmm.
out. I hate that my anxiety was right, but we're rolling with it. That's now the second time that's happened to me.
Mm.
The first time the doors had almost, if not closed, I was going to Hawaii, and the person I was with was throwing a bitch fit, and I was very polite, and they let us on the plane. I was like, ignore him. It was
Mhm.
great. So
Mhm.
I'd like for that not to happen again,
Yeah.
but I am being shown time and time again that like the universe is watching out for me, watching out for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess for the reading deprivation, it wasn't as challenging for me as I thought it might be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
You already
also
have a
like
really good relationship with those like social media, though.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I've virtually eliminated all social media from my daily life,
I
so
think it
that's
would have been
nice.
more challenging for you if you had done like no music, no um podcasts, no books, no nothing.
Mhm.
I think that would have been more challenging for you.
Yeah.
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 But that's not what they asked for. So,
Mhm. But yeah, anyway, what we were doing with being at a meditation retreat was already like so much of what you're doing is just tuning into yourself and meditating. So we didn't really need external distractions or anything
mm-mm.
like that.
And also since I've been not working, it's been a lot easier to not be on social media somehow. I think that's like a way to escape from the mundane.
Mm,
And so when I'm no longer in the mundane, it's not as needed. And I've also just like changed my tune about social media and how I post and what I want to post. Like that's just changed a lot.
mm-hmm. That's good.
It is.
So, do you want to move on to the next task?
Yeah. Did you write all of them down? Or just
Um,
the ones that we did?
the ones that we did.
Yeah.
Um, the next one was about writing about your ideal environment, describing it in a paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we came to a very similar realization with this of missing slash wanting mountains. I wrote specifically about wanting forest, like a pine forest, like a evergreen winter Oregonian forest. Not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
Oregonian, but like a proper forest. Like the tropical forests are beautiful, don't get me wrong. But my perfect environment was like imagine the West Coast, like on the coast. Like you have the beach that's like 30-minute walk, 10-minute walk down, but you have your otherwise in a forest, like on a hill or on a cliff. And you can see out and it's beautiful. And it's like I interpreted it as my ideal workspace for like creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very like things that I love, trinkets from our travels, like a very like self-love. Again, the word adorn is the word that's like my theme for this day. Like very adorned with things that I love and that bring me joy. No pun intended. Steffi joy. Um, but yeah, it was. I couldn't really tell you more than that in this moment because I haven't read it for a week, but it was nice. I don't know. It feels pretty doable with the
Mm-hmm.
trajectory and the manifestation that we've been doing. Hi, affirming wind again. Teehee. So we're getting it. Cool.
Yeah, I did this task more recently than you did, and I really enjoyed it because um I ended up describing like a scene that was like foresty with like a freshwater lake at the base of a mountain.
It was kind
Um
of giving Mount Rainier, right?
kind of, but I was also thinking about a backpacking trip that I did with a friend.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we were in just such a beautiful, pristine area. And we camped next to this little lake. It was really cold, but super refreshing. And there were a bunch of like big rocks that you could just splay out on like a lizard, and just stunning. So that was what I wrote about. And um, yeah, it also made me think about when people have asked me, like, are you like a beach or mountains? And I would always say both because I do love both. But this showed me that I'm definitely more of a mountain girly. Um like I love the ocean. I love the beach, don't get me wrong. I always
Mm-hmm.
connect with the ocean.
But you
Um
don't get overheated when you're on a mountain.
yeah.
I mean, that's not the only reason, of course, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And I also like I do struggle with like the stickiness of the salt water, like how your
Mm-hmm.
skin feels after being in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of challenging for me, but
Hmm.
I still love it. Yeah.
Just got to get you a wetsuit.
Two tasks that I'm gonna group together. I'm not sure if you did either of them. I didn't end up doing them, although I might still do a version of it of making like a Pinterest board like you were talking about. But it was the tasks that involved imagining your 80-year-old self and like writing a letter to current you. And there was also the version that was your 8-year-old self
Mm-hmm.
writing to the current version of you. Did you do either of
Mm-hmm.
those?
I did the writing as my 80-year-old self to my current self, and I kind of wish I brought it with me. Um, I would not that I should read it, but like it was really sweet, and I just like really felt that older version of myself just like kind of like sitting with me and being like, I'm not going to give away too much, but just know that good things are coming. That's like the long and short of it. It like affirmed some things, many things, and then didn't give me information on others because like one thing that I made sure not to write was what I was going to do. Like not where I was going to live, not where what jobs I was going to have. Like the 80-year-old self said, I'm not going to say that because there's so many things that you do. I couldn't put it on one page. you know? It
Mhm.
was really nice. And then I didn't write or I didn't have a letter for my 8-year-old self, but one of the nights, I don't really remember why, but I think I was like when we were at the meditation retreat, we couldn't sleep next to each other. We were separated by gender. Um
If you're listening, there was a huge eye roll.
but yeah, we were separated by that and that was really frustrating. But I had our like travel blanket and I was holding it and kind of cuddling it like a small kid. And I was just having, I think it was the first loving kindness meditation that like hit me, that I like
Mm.
cried at. I was actually crying at it. And it was this like loving kindness towards a younger version of myself. And I like pretended to be cuddling this younger version of myself in bed and just like taking care of them and just like affirming them like it's okay to be feeling like this, it's okay to be wanting to be called Scott, it's okay to be wanting all these things and to be needing these things, and I'm sorry that no one's listening to you, but know that I am, and like what you're wanting will happen. It just you need to do it for yourself, but you don't know that yet, and that's okay. It was
Mhm.
very it was very affirming, and I think it kind of hit the same notes it's supposed to. Because I know if I wrote as my 8-year-old self, it'd be like, "Hi, are you happy now? Are you okay? Are we a radiologist?" And that's it. And actually, this is a random side tangent, which because I'm trying to treat this more like a conversation, I'm gonna be going on random side tangents. When I was having this moment at the retreat, I had this memory of in 5th grade, we were in a music class and we were writing everyone's name and what they were gonna be when they grew up. And it was like so and so is gonna be a mailman, so and so is gonna be this, and mine was Steffi's gonna be a radiologist, and it's like, girl, that's not how you say radiologist. And I like deeply remember how annoyed I was. It's like that's not how you say it. That's not how you say it. Why are these children not saying radiologist correctly? I don't even know what it is. And I was like, I'm not studying radios. I'm studying humans.
Oh God.
But
You're one of
yeah.
those kids. Like there was a
Um,
kid I remember who said that he wanted to be a cardiovascular surgeon. I
I'm
was
that
like,
kid. You're gonna marry that kid.
I know, and I love that
I
kid. It's just
literally,
funny.
literally, this is for you, not for you. This is for the people listening slash watching, not you. I was literally reading a atlas, an anatomical atlas last night, and I had like what was it, 15 minutes of reading this, being like, oh my gosh, Casey, look at this. It was all of these radiology, CT, um, basically like medical imaging and then diagrams explaining what was in the image, and it was so fascinating to me, and I was like so happy, like Chihuahua Fifi is just like, this is so great, and Casey's just over there drinking their tea, wiping sweat from their beard, just wishing I'd be done. And also
No,
like
I
thinking I
was
was cute.
I was chilling. I was in my own world. I also like I didn't have my phone with me or anything to like also do, so I was just observing the environment around me.
Watching those
Watching,
lizards,
yeah,
those
watching
are coming after me, I swear.
the lizards crawling on the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope it was endearing now that you're dating one of those kids.
Oh yeah, no, I'm used to it now. That's why I make fun of you though. My medulla oblongata perineum ileocratic fossa is really hurting today.
I'm gonna kick you in the pool. You know, because half of those were psychology words for the brain.
My corpus callosum.
My tushy needs a wrinkle up.
Another one of the tasks, which, as I mentioned before, like we didn't even plan this; it just aligned perfectly. One of the tasks was to plan and do an extended artist date. Um, and we had our meditation retreat, so
It was pretty multifaceted though. It was like, yes, it was a meditation retreat. And for almost like, I'd say half of the days we were there, or almost every day we were there, we drew something, we sketched something.
mhm.
Yeah, if one of us didn't, the other one was. Yeah, I think it was every day. So we had like sketching days every day, and you've continued that. I don't know if you are intentionally drawing every day, but you're kind of doing that anyways. But very cool. I'm into it. What might you
Definitely
be
not
into?
intentional, but I have been enjoying sketching, and like each time I do it, it's a new challenge and I learned things, and like I just keep thinking about that book.
We should have got it.
Part of me wishes I had gotten that book, but
We'll
it's
find it.
okay.
We'll find it. We'll be able to. We can order it off Lord Amazon if we're desperate.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't bite me, bud.
How dare we use Lord Amazon though?
That's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That's if we can't find it at Powell's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
anyway, yeah. So
it was really cool. That was a good extended artist date, and
it
that was a
was
nice. Remind me the word I'm forgetting. Not confirmation. Starts with an S. A
synchronicity.
nice synchronicity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say overall it was a very lovely retreat, and
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely consider going back there. The environment is really beautiful. I loved seeing like the clouds going through the mountains,
Oh my
and
god, the morning fog was stunning.
yeah, it's very tranquil. Um
There's some things that we'd change.
yeah.
The cafe is really nice.
Yeah, the cafes, there's just a lot of really there were a lot of really cute places to just hang out and vibe, and
Yeah.
um yeah, I wish that I wasn't sick for it, but it is what it is.
Next time we go, maybe next time we go, you won't be sick.
Yeah.
Or we'll find a place that's better and aligns more with our values.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for the tasks. The other part was asking about um if you broke the reading deprivation, what was going on with that, and write about it. And we already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm very proud of myself. I knew I could do it, but I'm still extremely proud of myself.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you too. I'm impressed that you were able to the best of your ability, do silence during the retreat.
Thank you.
I did silence a bit as well, but I feel like it was more challenging for you to do, and you also took more away from it.
I was taking the retreat extremely seriously because I knew that I needed it and I needed to just be quiet. Not because I like to be quiet. That's actually why. It's because I don't like to be quiet. I like to be heard. And it was really, I think it did trigger a lot of that retreat in general. It was so amazing and wonderful. And there's a lot of things that triggered in me that I'm like recovering from, including like an old eating disorder, which isn't their fault. They didn't know. I have no blame on them. Um, just like not trying hard enough. Um, like my needs not being met and not being able to voice them. Like it's hard when you can't voice your needs or voice what you're thinking, but I still took away so much about like in so many moments that I fill with noise, I could just be silent and it would be so much better. And when I'm upset, a lot of the times I try to talk it out, and I've like learned with my therapist that that's not helpful anymore for me. It used to be helpful, but now it just makes things kind of worse.
Mm.
And it was a reminder of how if I just stay quiet, how that can be more helpful for me to like work through my own stuff and then come to like either a better understanding of why I'm upset or not say something that I wish I'd take back. And like obviously, so a work in progress. I can't be perfect, but something I'm trying to. So that's something I learned and I'm trying to be better at.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I made you work though. I'm sorry about that. With your sick brain, that must have been challenging.
Yeah. Definitely not ideal, but like I said, I definitely still took a lot away from it. Um, I think it's funny that um, I think it was in last week's episode I talked about doing the meditation challenge for us, and doing like a certain number each day for the month of September,
Mm-hmm.
and that has turned completely differently because we went from like
9 minutes.
8 minute, 9 minute meditations to 30 minutes at least twice a day.
Yeah.
And now that we're here at the yoga retreat, I feel like we're doing at least one 30-minute session a day.
Yeah.
Um, but that was like a huge jump that I wasn't expecting. And I don't think it's been a bad thing. I think it's just proven to me that I am able to do that amount. I
Mm-hmm.
think I needed to feel like I only had to do 1 or 2 minutes to start because I hadn't been in the practice for a while
Mhm.
and had faced a lot of challenges in the past.
Mhm. Affirming wind.
Um, but it was also, I did appreciate learning like the techniques that they offered at the
Yeah.
retreat and incorporating those and knowing like what to look out for with
Yeah.
meditation and
It was really
um
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. There was one monk who was telling us about his experience with ADHD and meditating, and like, he talked a lot about his past, and I won't share much more than that. But his technique, although at first it was really helpful for me, it's now like not super helpful for me. I'm kind of using a combination of something he taught and something that like the eldest monk taught. Um, so yeah, it was really interesting to hear different takes on how to meditate and different ways to like get over certain humps and plateaus if you're experiencing them, and that was really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to be taught a few different flavors and like I feel like they were also vocal about like everyone is going to be a little bit different and you have to be able to like try different things and see what
Yeah.
works for you.
And you have to like not just try different things, but try for long enough.
Mhm.
Like you have to try for long enough with a certain technique, and if it's still not working, that's when you change, instead of being like, hmm, this 1 minute of me trying this didn't work, I better try something else.
Right.
Unless you know yourself really well, that's not going to be effective.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now time for the check-in part.
Mhm.
Cool.
Um I think that I did all of my morning pages this week. It wasn't necessarily first thing in the morning,
No.
but I did them.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't fully aware of myself while I was sick, so I don't fully remember, but I'm pretty sure I did. I don't. I think there was a few times where I didn't do like a full 3 pages, just because there was other events happening and
Mm-hmm.
we had to go to things, so it got cut short.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I skipped any days.
Yeah, I didn't skip any. I wrote every day. I've actually started to run out of my journal, and so I'm gonna have to figure out a new journal or maybe a more sustainable practice of writing on my iPad. But I really like the pen and paper, so maybe I'll get a new journal. Just one more thing to carry too, though.
Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, I think that my morning pages were a mixed bag of emotional spitballs and taking in information that I had had that day or the day before and applying it, or just like, this is how I'm feeling today and I want this and that to change in my life, but I'm happy with these things and da 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 da, and I have a great life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was gonna talk about that dream I had. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Okay,
That's too weird.
that's fine. Um, the other check-in questions are. I feel like there's a second question I'm forgetting, but I know that there's one about like if there's any barriers.
Yeah, there's 4 questions now. There's, did you do your morning pages? Did you do your artist date? Did you
Have any barriers?
have any barriers that you need to work through? Is there anything that you're continuing to need to work through?
And then
And
synchronicities.
yeah, were there any synchronicities? Which we already talked about synchronicities. We talked about our artist date already
Mm-hmm.
because it was an extended artist date and it
Yeah,
was great. We
like
learned
the
so much from it that we could not put that into one podcast or one sentence even.
right.
So
My
last, yeah.
barrier was being sick, which it is what it is. Um, I was still able to find a degree of presence even through the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was definitely hard to like accept it for what it was because I really like that was not what I wanted at all. I didn't want to be sick while I was there.
Of course not.
Um,
But
but
you learned something from it, and it is what it is. And all you can do is try to find the positive in it.
yeah.
It sucks still, but
Hmm.
it's where you're at.
But yeah, and then synchronicities. I'd say that the tasks for this week were a synchronicity with what we had already planned to do
Mm-hmm.
and what we did. Um, there's been more like New Zealand synchronicities.
Again, it's just like we literally got an I don't know how real the invite is, but we got an invite to camp out at someone's place.
Hmm.
And I guess it's not really a synchronicity, but an invitation that the universe has placed before us is
Hmm.
to potentially have a home in Thailand for a little while and live here for a little bit. Because like half of the reason we're traveling is to try and find a more sustainable and better option for ourselves. Um, and Thailand was not on our list, and now it is.
Now it is
So that's pretty cool.
pretty close to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on top? What's above that?
I don't know.
Switzerland.
I haven't thought about the list like that in a while, but
That's fair. I
that's why
haven't
I said
either.
pretty close to the top because I don't know.
That's fair.
We might not know what the top is yet either.
Yeah, we
So
don't know what the top is yet because we haven't experienced Australia or New Zealand.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I also wanted to mention, as far as synchronicities, um, like I had a dream last night and it involved an old friend from high school. And when I woke up in the morning, I had gotten a message from them, and the message came in at like 3 in the morning for us, which is
Mm-hmm.
like, probably afternoon in the US or something. But it seems like a small thing, but to me, really felt like an indicator of me being more in tune with my spiritual connection,
Absolutely.
especially through my dreams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think she mentions in this chapter anyway about being able to remember your dreams more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I definitely have been experiencing that. Um, Usually, one of the first things I write about in morning pages is what I remember from my dreams.
Mm.
So that's probably helped me remember them more as well.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really cool, and it was just like a little kiss on the cheek of like, hey,
You're becoming more spiritually
you're
powerful.
getting in
You're in
tune.
tune. Yeah. I kind of want to talk about my dream now. Damn, because mine was also like that.
Yeah,
I had a very similar dream last night, so maybe it was just some shit that we ate.
there's some juice in the
Some juice in the juice.
there's something in the watermelon juice here.
That was today. That wasn't yesterday. We had strawberry juice yesterday.
Oh, my bad. There's something in the strawberry juice.
It's healthy in the Rosella or whatever juice instead.
The jujube juice.
The jujube juice. Um,
Anyway,
but
your dream.
anyways, my dream. I had a dream last night that wasn't the same kind of synchronicity. Yours was like very like cause and effect almost, or like thing happened. Mine was like I've been struggling a lot with like having some uterine pain, with some like root chakra and sacral blockages. I've been struggling a lot with like choking on food, which I still choked on food today, which is a shame because it's like maybe I'm done with that, but whatever. I just have like something going on with my esophagus or my like upper palate. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna get into it. And I had this dream that I like coughed up this like basically like giant tonsil stone, but it looked like a pumice stone, and you could see like the alveoli of my like lungs and stuff, and it was like crazy. And when I was writing about it later, it's like a triple entendre. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
It's like a triple whammy. It was a triple meaning of like my root chakra, my uterus, and my heart, or like my throat. So four, quadruple whammy. And it's like all of these things like being coughed up to be able to like look at it and like get it out of my system, like whatever's holding me back and whatever I've literally felt like, because I do like chakras are my vibe if you couldn't already tell by the videos, or my vibe. um but like when I can tell something's stagnant, oftentimes it's very visual for me and I can like see what's keeping it there. But since that dream, a lot of those things have been gone. And like again, I slept more today. I had a really good workout this morning and like had a really peaceful, even though it was a weird meditation, it was quite peaceful. um and that dream, like all of that happening was like, okay, something in that dream was like a not necessarily a wake up call, but it was a universal like sign of some kind or indicator of you can release this.
Hmm.
It's a sign of release. Very long-winded way to say that, but that was cool and I was into it, and that felt like a universal like, here's a sign on a platter in your dream,
Hmm.
please acknowledge me. Is also I woke up at 4:20 after that dream, and I thought that was extremely funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of all I have. I didn't really the blockages I have are more emotional and like me just dealing with my emotions, but it's not blocking my creativity. It's blocking my like yeah. It's just blocking. It's not even blocking anything. It's just things that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's a journey. It's a process.
Mhm. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
Mm, I think I'm good. I'm
Cool.
feeling good.
Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. We didn't actually introduce ourselves at the beginning. So,
You should know who we are at that point because you love us that much.
this is Casey
What?
and I'm Steffi. I feel like it's important for them to know our names. It's good to be consistent because I know after 3 introductions, half the time I don't know somebody's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Steffi, but who knows? Maybe my name will change at some point.
Maybe
Um,
I'll change my name a third time. No, I'm
hey, you
no.
never know.
I like Casey.
Casey
Casey's
works
good.
really well for you. It's
Yeah.
a really great name.
Casey Case.
But thank you for listening. And if you're just listening, feel free to do whatever you do on this platform. If you're watching the video, do whatever you want to do. We appreciate you no matter what.
Let us know if you want an episode talking about the retreat we went to.
Or both retreats that we've gone to, the
Mm-hmm.
meditation or the yoga retreat.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to say about the tradition of Buddhism that we experienced
Yeah.
and how that made us think a lot about sexism and
And really,
queer exclusion
yep,
in religion.
yep. And
So
spirituality and etc.
I'm sure that we would have a great conversation about that.
Absolutely. But yeah, please tune in for the next time. We love and appreciate you. Keep working hard. If you're following along with us with your own journey, you've got this. You're at the quarter point. You're at the 25% of the way there point. It might be a plateau moment for you, but just keep moving through it. I know you got it. You know you've got it. Just trust yourself. Um,
Period.
yeah. So I'm sending so much love and light to everybody. Ooh, I made a rainbow. Um, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be somewhere else again.
Bye.
Bye.
That was dangerous.
No, it wasn't. It's fine.